Good evening, everyone. I'm Ruchita, your host for tonight. Welcome to today's session. Tonight, we bring you an insightful session on all about weight management, what to eat, when to eat, and how much to eat. And most importantly, the role of nutrition in weight loss. We're going to hear from experts who did it and are now helping others too. Let's listen to these experts who have walked the talk and can help you make the right decisions. It is my honor and privilege to invite Farooq Tarapur to start the session. He's an Olympian, two-time world champion in sailing, and has had an active sporting career of 40 years. He's won innumerable awards, including the Chhatrapati Shivaji Award and the Arjuna Award. He's a flag bearer on this journey with the mission Har Ghar Healthy, Har Ghar Medicine Free. Let's welcome him with a huge round of applause on this virtual stage, guys.
Thank you, Ruchita, and good evening, everyone, and welcome to this exciting Monday session. I hope you all had your early dinner, did some exercise. You must be wondering that why am I mentioning this again and again? Because I do believe that repetition is the mother of all teaching. And most people won't start doing this unless they are reminded repeatedly that, this is an important aspect of your holistic health, of maintaining holistic health. I hope you take this part a little seriously and, try and turn your health around. Changing your health is not about, doing some things. It is all about having completely a different mindset. Most people say that diets don't work. And I fully agree with them that diets won't work because they are unsustainable by any individual. All right. We want to work on your mindset that you start making the right choices so that your diet automatically gets taken care of. It is extremely important to understand that exercise and the right amount of nutrition, gives you holistic health. Now, when we talk about exercise, you need to understand one very small aspect, and that is you don't need to go to the gym. It is not necessary only to go to the gym and exercise. Okay. Again, we find that that's, not sustainable by most people, and it generally fails. But just think about it, that if you have a change in the mindset and you start doing exercise during your day-to-day work, all right, that's something that you can sustain, over a period of time. And think about unique ways of doing exercises. You can give me 1,000 reasons why you don't have the time to do exercise, but all you need is one good reason to start incorporating it in your lifestyle. Check out our website, www.slimtrimsexythin. Okay, it's got some amazing exercises, where the biggest concept is first do no harm. And these exercises have been designed in a fashion that it can only give you benefit and it cannot, cause any injury. Because while exercising, you need to understand the difference between training and straining. Today you're going to be listening from somebody, okay, who's had a tremendous transformation. She's gone from her change is so amazing that most people think that it is Photoshop. And it is, it's a truly amazing feeling that if somebody like her, with a very high profile job, suddenly who believed that who didn't have the time, but suddenly found the time, once she made a decision, she started looking at all these exercises and I know that she was, particularly doing at least 2 or 3 of those exercises that were mentioned over there. And that sort of really made a huge transformation. You got to understand that why, when you want to lose weight, why just lowering, calories or lowering your food plate size, okay, is not sufficient. Because when you do that, and the minute you stop, the weight will come back with a bang. But if you replace the fat in your body, by muscle, so the way to do it is that you first got to lose the fat and then you got to start building the muscle around it. Now, the theory is as follows, that when you're not exercising and there is fat, let's say around your biceps, subconsciously, you will not even realize that you will move the arm lesser and lesser. With present sedentary lifestyles, people working on a desk job, okay, with hardly any movement, you won't even realize that if something is, let's say, 2 feet away from you, your mind will tell you that it is too far and you won't move it. And because you won't move it, over a period of time, more fat will accumulate. The amazing thing over here is that fat finds it very easily to accumulate around fat. So fat accumulates around fat more easily. But once you build muscle, okay, fat finds it extremely difficult to build around your muscle. And hence, once your muscles are in place, you will ensure that you will maintain a healthy weight for a very, very long time. So listen to Veda today very carefully, because she's taken, great pains in putting up this presentation. And, it will be of immense value to you and your family if you listen to what she has to say. So over to Veda.
Thank you so much, Farooq. And of course, thank you for helping me in this transformation. It is through your guidance that we could actually do this. And friends, I don't know how many of you know about my transformation in terms of weight loss. It was during the COVID period, the like 2020, 21. And as Farooq said, I had a lot of excuses because we were on calls, sedentary lifestyle. I was never a sporty person, but never even did any exercises. I kind of uh, subscribed to some gyms and all. I took some, membership, but didn't even go single day. So that's how I was. Okay. I couldn't take any excuse, but Farooq, the exercises that I just, Farooq talked about, I've pasted the link, okay, website link on the chat. Take it from there because those exercises that you can do at home. Now, why are we talking about weight management? Okay. A lot of people think that, okay, we all try to tell ourselves ki weight nahi lose kar sakte hai and people should not focus for being on the obese side and all. Unfortunately, it is us who suffer the most, right? So what are the factors that are contributing to overweight and obesity? A lot. And I think today it is very, very easy to get overweight. It is extremely difficult to stay where you are. Okay. So, what are those factors? Starting with, we have been, of course, it's the lifestyle, the sedentary lifestyle, the food pattern, what are we eating on a daily basis, our unhealthy eating habits. We don't eat at the right time, right? Now, obviously, because of all of this, our gut health is not good. Now, if our gut does not function properly, obviously, it is going to be storing more fat, but it's not the poor gut's fault. It is because we are not giving the right food to our gut or our body. Then there is nutrition deficiency, stress. I think, yes, our forefathers, parents also would have had some kind of stress, but they did have a much more active life. They didn't have a choice of completely automated, everything, what do you say, mechanized, correct? So, stress, in fact, is one of the major factors of obesity also. If you don't get, because of stress, you sometimes do not get good quality sleep. You end up binging sometimes in the night, and that again causes obesity. Now, unfortunate and not very good facts. India has a third largest population of obese people after the US and China. And this is again, I'm sure we would, it's a little older stats. It's unfortunately getting worse. 1 out of 4 women and 1 out of 5 men are overweight in India. The increase in obesity, from 2020 to 2030, 35 is 5.2%. In fact, there is one more stats where we were expected to reach a certain number by 2035, but we were already there last year. It's not a good sign. We are the diabetes capital. We are going to soon become the obesity capital or overweight capital of the world. Now, we would like to, educate some of the parameters that are critical in understanding whether a person is overweight or, obese, so that we all can evaluate very, very simplistically. Okay. BMI is one of the parameters where you can easily understand. Now, if you see this table, okay, you have different categories of weight here. What is a BMI? Your weight in kilograms. In India, we all use kilograms, divided by height into height square in meters. Okay. So if I have a weight of say 64 or whatever, 60, and my height is 155 centimeters, 1.55. So it will be 65 by 1.55 into 1.55. That's your BMI. But do you notice here, there are 2 columns for BMI classification. One is what WHO has recommended, right? But there is something specifically for Asia Pacific as well, especially, the Indian subcontinent region. And that's primarily because of our lifestyle, our food habits, what we eat, etc. Okay. So if you see this, your normal weight range as mentioned by WHO is 18.5 to 24.9. For us, because we are talking majority to the Indian population right now, for us, as a thumb rule, try and get to 22 and somewhere below. Okay, so that you're on the safe side. That's where you will be at the, normal range of BMI. And when you get to this, look at this, the disease percentage risk, okay, the probability of getting into any lifestyle diseases if you are underweight or normal is low and average, right? Overweight is between 25 to 30. For us, it is 23 to 25 is overweight, and obesity is 25 to greater than 30. Okay, so ideally, and what do you say? What WHO says, 30 to 35 is obesity classification 1, 35 to 40 is beyond, and extremely obese is greater than 40. So if you can calculate this, you can immediately tell yourselves, okay, you will be able to tell where you are at today. Okay. And then accordingly, you can sit with your health buddy and make a plan. Now, this is one of the parameters. The other parameter, how you can understand whether there is a moderate risk on, beyond that is calculating your waist to hip ratio. Waist is what? Around the navel area, the smallest part of your abdomen, right? So that's your measurement, and hips is around your base, right? So if you measure that, for males, it is ideally at the ratio is 1, just to be very, very simple. If you can measure that, moderate risk is 1. Anything higher than 1. So whenever you have a slight pot belly, then the ratio will get higher than 1. You're at high risk. Okay. Now females, it is 0.8 is the ideal ratio. Anything above 0.85 is high risk. Okay. Now we have a curved body. Now, if you look at this picture on the left, what does it show? You're seeing on the left-hand side, you see a person where the yellow pigmentation is lesser, where that human is having more muscles, organs, skeletal, look at that. Here, because your waist to hip ratio is not right. There's a lot of, all this yellow indicates your subcutaneous fat. Okay. There's a lot of fat surrounding. Can you see the pressure that it is, applying on the bones? and the same pressure it is applying on the internal organs also, and hence it actually impacts the efficiency of with which your organs actually perform. That's how important the understanding of fats. Now, there are two different types of fats. The other thing in this program, whenever we introduce someone to the program, we look at BMI, we look at waist to hip ratio. We also request people to look at, take a Carada scan, or we get the digital weighing scales. When you look at your parameters there, it gives you what is your subcutaneous fat percentage, your visceral fat percentage. Subcutaneous fat is the the layer which is visible to us. ठीक है, मोटापा जो सामने दिखता है, but visceral fat हमें नहीं पता चलता है, वो organs के around रहते हैं. So it could be that there could be a person who is looking fit, but he or she may have visceral fat at a higher end. We have seen many cases where the stress levels are high. Probably they may not be doing exercise, they may be eating the right food, and hence the visceral fat may be, higher. So it is important to look at these parameters and of course do your annual health checkups also. What are the dangers of overweight? In fact, the reason why we give weight management itna importance is so that we don't, get into this cardiovascular diseases, so that we don't get into the diabetes, pre-diabetic stage, or the, get into having diabetes, right? So that we don't have weak bones, or as Farooq was just saying, it is very important for us to build our muscle strength and build muscles as well, right? Why? Because then otherwise obesity, it's easier to put on weight. Now, it's the same thing vice versa. If you are obese, you don't move, your muscles then become weak, right? So we start getting musculoskeletal disorders. I was obese. Yes. I'm still overweight, working on it to get to the normal weight, but I was extremely obese. I used to wear what? Triple XL clothes. And I know that I had a back issue in especially which exaggerated in 2023. Prior to that, I had even issues like piles, fissures, and all. That's all to do with sedentary lifestyle and being, obese and overweight. So hormonal disorders. A lot of people, talk about thyroid issues, thyroid imbalances, PCOS. Many more, late teenage girls are going through PCOS. And it is reversible with the right guidance, with the right way of losing your weight as well. Now, that is to do with your physiological issues, right? What are the physical consequences? Of course, your fitness levels, lethargy, you feel tired all the time. You're not able to walk fast. There is a risk of fracture because of the weight that, the fat is putting on your bones, like especially on your legs, right? And the hip as well. Reduce bodily movements. Obviously, because weight बढ़ता है, so you don't even want to move. Moving becomes very difficult. We struggle to even sit down on the floor and get up, right? So those are the physical consequences. What is the psychological consequence? We actually lose completely on confidence. I remember the change in, पहले मुझे ऐसे लगता था कि यार, so what if I'm fat? Let people laugh at me, I'm fat and all. But bhai, I know that when I lost weight, I gained energy. I was feeling more active and more confident about, going and talking, wearing whatever I wanted. I didn't have the restriction of different, clothes types, and it matters. Why? Because inside, even though you will go to Insta and you will see all of these feeds state talking about body shaming. It's not good to accept body shaming, but at the same time, when you start to lose weight, you will see that your quality of life improves. Right now, you may not be able to do so many things because of the obesity. You have image issues, whatever you say, it is there inside, right? Socioeconomic burden. How? Eventually, you are going to get into lifestyle diseases. Anyone who is obese will definitely get into the pre-diabetic diabetes stage. Anyone who is obese will start getting even muscular issues, back issues, a lot of things, right? Now, what are the benefits? I don't have to talk, but unfortunately, I think I can easily say that 90% of whoever is joined today is overweight or obese, right? So we have to understand that if we can take control of our health, we will be avoiding getting cardiovascular diseases, any of those liver issues. We will be avoiding that. The energy level boost, I can't explain. It is only for you to experience क्या difference लगता है when you actually lose weight, right? Improves your mental health and mood. So okay, it's all interrelated. Stress causes issues with your gut bacteria. Gut bacteria's imbalance will cause obesity, will cause issues with your mental health as well. So overall, it enhances your quality of life. Now, we have discussed this in the last session as well, but as Farooq says, repetition is how we learn. So here we state again today that if you eat at any point of time, सुबह उठते ही रात को पता नहीं सोने से पहले भी 1-2 बजे भी खाओगे, so this is what will happen. Your body weight will increase. We saw last, on Friday why, because your body is supposed to sleep. Your organs are going to sleep. They're resting. There's no insulin production. Ghrelin is not there. Most of those hormones that are to do with your adiponectin, leptin, adiponectin, it's not there. It's not produced in the night. तो वो आपका digestion होगा ही नहीं रात को. Where will the whole food go? It is transformed into fat that again sits, all across your body. Especially it'll start with your belly, then with your, hip. That's how it just increases, right? Of course, every body it is different, but oxidative stress increases your inflammations. All of this talk on inflammations being the cause of obesity. It's not the only cause, but how do you get into that? It's all interlinked, right? Glucose intolerance. If you have time restricted feeding or eating, say 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., not beyond that, क्योंकि लोग मुझे ऐसे भी बोलते हैं कि I eat my breakfast at 10, so I'll eat my dinner at 10. नहीं, वैसे नहीं चलेगा. If you are getting up late, ideally eat your breakfast within 2 hours. That's a different topic, but time restricted eating helps you maintain your weight. Maintain, okay? If you're already in the obese, you of course will need to do much more, right? Now, I was just talking about this, right? Some people say ki 10 baje, like there are some people who are now eating their breakfast, brunch at 11, 12, thinking that they'll have only 2 meals in a day, intermittent fasting. Friends, it is very, very important for your body जब आप सुबह उठते हो, okay? Our body is depleted of protein. Our body is depleted of your micronutrients क्योंकि रात को body का repair हो रहा था, right? तो कुछ है नहीं अभी. Your metabolism is at the lowest. अगर आप उठोगे से 7 बजे and you eat only by 11 or 12, imagine what your body is going through. कुछ मिल नहीं रहा है, right? ग्रेलिन निकल के बोल रहा है मुझे खाना दो, लेकिन आप खाना नहीं दे रहे हो. Insulin starts at around 12 o'clock. It is expecting कि आपका food digest हो के 4 घंटा आ गया रहेगा for the insulin to be, whatever, for the glucose to be transferred. But it's not happening. So it's very, very important कि आप weight management में. And when you don't do this, that's when your blood sugar increases. That's when your weight increases. If you don't have your morning healthy breakfast, ऐसा भी नहीं है कि आप पूरी सब्जी सब खाओ या 4 आलू पराठा खाओ breakfast में, नहीं. Have a proper morning balanced breakfast. What is it? I'll show you next. But morning nutrition helps in giving you the nutrients. Okay, you need, as I said, you need to replenish the protein, you need to replenish the micronutrients as well, right? And carbs for energy. So what are the right carbs? वो सब हमने morning nutrition के session में समझाया था. It will help you maintain your blood sugar levels. It will also help you kickstart your metabolism because your metabolism is at the lowest in the morning. तो आपको जब आप metabolism ज़्यादा करोगे सुबह, then the food also that you eat and the expenditure, energy expenditure will be faster. ठीक है? Now this is a very important slide. अगर आपने ये समझा and what these components are, what do you take in? Your energy consumption is through what? Food. ठीक है, जो खाना पीना जो भी आप लेते हो. So every day if you're in the weight loss journey, mandatorily measure how much food are you eating on a daily basis, because that's for you to understand कि किसमें ज्यादा calories है, किसमें empty calories है. ठीक है? Now look at these components. Then what do you say? The comparisons I'll tell you later. What are the parameters through which your वो जो calories आपने लिए हैं अंदर वो कैसे निकलेंगे बाहर? Okay, body has its own basal metabolic rate. मतलब आपके organs function करते हैं for this whole digestion to happen. जो activity अंदर चल रही है, right? Without our own doing, that anyways expends energy. Uska expenditure is 70% of your total energy expenditure. Second, क्या है? Eat. Eat is what? Exercise activated thermogenesis. आप जो exercise करते हैं उससे 5% energy expend होता है. NEAT, not non-exercise activity thermogenesis, मतलब your small activities like cooking, for example, drying the clothes, jhadu pocha, picking up kids, when mothers carry kids, things, or standing even now. Okay, because right now we're just sitting. Sitting is absolutely, not giving out any energy. So that's why the whole focus on 10,000 steps, for example, right? So that is your third parameter. And the fourth parameter is your thermic effect of food. मतलब जो हम खाना खाते हैं उसको different food types expend different amounts of energy for breaking down. A processed food will not expend any energy, whereas what do you say, carbs, which are complex carbs, जिसमें for example your red rice, okay, all of that, or probably millets, complex carbs are a little harder to digest, and hence the thermic effect of food is higher. Protein has the highest thermic effect of food. So all of this put together is your calories expended out. Now only when आपने जो calories अंदर लिया है उसका जो number है, say your basal metabolic rate is, I'm just for simplicity, 1,000, okay, and your food that you're taking in is say 1,200, 1,400, जो भी हो, आपने exercise नहीं किया, sedentary lifestyle like what I had, what you're eating, processed food, etc. इससे कुछ नहीं जा रहा है. So obviously what is happening, your calorie intake 400 calories ज़्यादा है. So you're bound to increase your weight. And hence all of these parameters are very, very important for us to track. Why do we say कि वो जो एक report share करो, share your plates. Through your plates हमें समझ में आता है ये चीज, thermic effect of food plus आपका calorie intake क्या है, correct? Through that, what you share, we understand how much you may have expended through eat and neat, and hence we as health buddies can actually guide you. Hence, Farooq will be able to guide you, faster. I took a little bit of time there because ये बहुत जरूरी है आपको समझना for your own self. So when you go to eat a vada pav, when you're at a weight loss, you can easily know you're going to be one vada pav is I think around 400, 450 calories. Okay, and it is empty calories. Okay, which is not going to be easy to let go. Anyways, now what do you eat? We have discussed about this. You need to have a balanced. Now, what you eat is basically showing you the quality of the material, just like when you're building a house, right? Every one of us wants the builder to be, using the best quality of cement, या जो भी है, the foundation should be laid properly and all. But हम अपने body को कुछ भी खिलाते हैं. What do we need to do if you don't have the right foundations, the right micronutrients, the right, complex carbs, and if you start just eating just high processed foods, etc., you're bound to increase your weight and obesity, right? Otherwise, when you have a balanced diet, what is a balanced diet? Your plate needs to look like this. We request you, please share your plates, okay? It's okay to get comments. That is why this whole program is there. It is okay. And if you're not getting also even a thumbs up, it's great. But please share, because even today, very, very few plates come where half the plate is, with salads and sabzi. If you're not able to say for example, कुछ हो गया कि आपने salad, you're not able to, या खत्म हो गया, increase your portion of sabzi, na? I see in that case the roti is increased. No, because your roti or rice needs to be hardly, 1/4, a little bit more than 1/4, not more than that, right? 1/4 of the portion size, I'm saying. Now this is, if you can remember this, so yeah, you just need like a, small, itno sa oil or fat should be there throughout the day, okay? Or rather in one plate. You can have nuts and seeds, 30 grams, then pulses, dal, your eggs, because this is protein, right? Protein should be at least 90 grams in a whole plate of what? I think this is 1,000 grams ka plate. Okay? Now, this is not when you are doing your gut reset. This is on a normal day. Gut reset ke liye alag hai. This is on a normal day. Please, you can have your probiotics like chas and dahi, because that is extremely good for digestion. So, okay, one more thing. Yahan pe likha hai 13% of plate is fruits, 7% is, where is that? 30% is vegetables and green leafy vegetables, right? Don't have fruits and vegetables together, right? Fruits, start your day in the morning with fruits. That's the best time to have fruits. There's a whole science behind why we say this. We have, published this multiple times as to why fruits are important in the morning. Again, protein. Protein is extremely important. Kyunki kyun? Thermogenesis, thermic effect of food is higher. You feel full when you have protein, especially in the morning. The reason why we say protein jada khao subah is for multiple reasons. You will be able to, it takes some time to break down the protein. Metabolic pathways, your increases. Expenditure, we just talked about. Satiety, which is fullness, that also increases. It helps you in weight management and even in weight loss. Okay. Now, fibers play an extremely important role. Abhi raat ko especially, or your last meal in the evening, say around 7 o'clock when you're having, increase the number of micronutrients and fibers, which is your vegetables and salads. Because, and your carbs should be a lesser in portion, your protein should be lesser in portion as compared to the morning breakfast or the lunch, right? How do fiber help? Low glycemic index, which is your, the index through which you understand how fast your sugar spikes, increase satiety's fullness. It regulates your gut microbiota. It helps that, decreases the decreased fat absorption. Okay, it slows down the whole processing. Fiber slows down the whole processing. Eventually, because you're feeling full, you will not eat as much of food later. So start your meal with salads. That's the best way. This is a little bit about gut bacteria, because even an imbalance of gut bacteria, matlab aapka agar bacteroidetes are way lesser than firmicutes, which is firmicutes is your bad bacteria. This can also lead to obesity, because when your bad bacteria increases, wo kya bolta hai? Just remember this, your bad bacteria gives you signals of eating, burgers, pizzas, anything junk which is easily available, especially when you keep yourself hungry. Your bad bacteria start, dancing. So, your gut microbiota definitely plays a huge role. Even all your micronutrients, matlab your vitamins and minerals. And hence we say every macro and micronutrient and even phytonutrients play a huge role in keeping us healthy. Most of the vitamins and minerals, if they're balanced, it will help you in appetite regulation, adequate food intake, and you're not too much, not too less, and your body will function properly. Now, during weight loss, abhi calories we saw plays a huge role, right? Of course, quality of calories plays a huge role, but simple. You need to have slightly lesser calories than your PMR plus exercise wala jo bhi hai. Okay? Only then you're going to have a weight loss. How do we do that? Now, if say we are, someone is used to Aram se, if people do not know about this, aram se in an Indian meal, we would be at least having 2000 calories per meal. Okay. Simple, normal, average. Now, if I have to get that down to say 1300 or say 1500, how do I do that? Because we don't want people to actually feel weak, correct? It's not about cutting down food, you know. So that's where a meal replacement comes into picture. And this has been extremely helpful for me during my weight loss, journey. So how does it help with? It helps you feel full. It's basically you're replacing your dinner, for example, with a meal replacement shake. It's easy to manage. You're controlling your calories. Also, it is providing you with the nutrition that you need from one meal. Okay, जो हम actually एक roti, sabzi, salads खा के भी we will not be able to get all the nutrients, right? There are some regulations that all of these meal replacements follow, and especially the ones that we are recommending. We are, aligning to all of the FSSAI, Food Safety Organization of India, unka jo bhi regulations hai. So you are getting energy of about 200. I'll show you how. You get fiber, everything is in it. Now, when you go, if you're not aware of this particular basket, do ask the person who has invited you for this, session. But this is your basic nutrition plus weight management solution. Okay. Protein, we have discussed and discussed fiber. What we are going to look at today is your meal replacement shake. Okay, this is a vanilla flavor. It comes in 2 flavors right now. We have vanilla and we have a mild, coffee flavor. It doesn't have caffeine in it. It is a flavor. Now, best part of this is no added preservatives, no artificial colors, no artificial flavors. Artificial flavors, no. You have a clean label, and it is food for, basically it is food itself. Okay, it's not pharmaceutical, right? Protein and fiber provides the satiety. Okay, now if you have like with 300 skimmed milk, okay, the protein and fiber, 1 scoop each, this is what you're going to get. With 300 ml of water, and okay, this is just 300 ml of skimmed milk, you're going to have 13.8 grams of protein. Now, if you take, say, 2 scoops of our all plant protein, right, with 300 ml water, you're going to get 22.3 grams of protein. Okay, same thing with fiber. If you have it from your 2 scoops of fiber, you're going to get 6.3 grams of fiber from those 4.5 grams ka ek scoop aata hai. Vitamins and minerals. Okay, your meal replacement has all the vitamins and minerals. It has 25 essential vitamins and minerals that your body needs from one meal. Okay, so आपको ये टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है that your body is going to get weak. No. You will not feel dizzy at all. You will not feel weak at all. In fact, you will get more energy. You will energy in the sense you're actually getting good food, which you might not have been able to get from your food, right? It also has antioxidants, etc. More than anything, it even has this particular, what do you say, fruit or vegetable or plant, whatever it is, Garcinia cambogia, which is actually helping as a anti-obesity agent. Okay, it helps reduce energy intake, regulates your serotonin, that is one of your happy hormones, and glucose intake, so that it is passed through the body, provides you with satiety, which is fullness, and keeps your weight in check. So this is added. This is the botanical ingredient which is added beyond all of the vitamins and minerals in that vanilla shake. Beyond everything, we have talked about glycemic index and load. Our vanilla shake, okay, or the coffee shake, which is the meal replacement, it comes, if you have it with 300 ml skimmed milk, it gives you a glycemic index value of 22. If you have it with water and 2 scoops of all plant protein, Nutrilite all plant protein, your glycemic index is 23. But look at the glycemic load when you have it with protein. It is only 2.3. That means anyone who has diabetes, pre-diabetic, they can also use this. They don't have a what do you say? Even though it tastes a little sweet, it'll not be harmful to them. But please do consult and take it. What are the benefits? Basically, you need to plan your meals, right? When we were doing it, on a rigorous basis, I remember I used to take 5 days a week. I used to take the meal replacements in the night, and 2 days I used to have a normal food. Okay, you can take it 7 days a week as well. I just did it for myself. I literally did my whole transformation a little slower because I wanted it to sustain as well. So controlled portions it helps with, reduced impulse eating. So you need to ensure कि आपके घर में snacks easily available नहीं है for sure during your weight loss and beyond, because snacking is not good, but snacking will also increase your calorie intake. जब आप, if you're feeling hungry, the first thing when you're feeling hungry, you don't drink water. आप जाके ढूंढते हो कुछ है क्या किचन में, right? Saves time and reduces stress. आपको चपाती सब्जी दाल ये सब नहीं बनाना पड़ेगा. Again, I'm not saying just always replace all the 3 meals. No, we do not believe in that. Replace only one meal and preferably the dinner. Okay, it is cost effective, supports weight management goals, promotes health. One more thing I would say before I close or the last couple of slides. I have even given this as for young adults or young kids. This meal replacement is a very good energy booster, especially those who are, kids who are playing or they're bored studying and all. I give it to my daughter in the evening, like 2 scoops of the vanilla shake, 2 scoops of protein, so she gets a protein as well, and she's getting all the nutrition. It helps her. Instead, you can give this instead of giving Bonvita, Complan, whatever it is, right? Because that doesn't give you nutrition. Well, we always say shine. Start every day with gratitude and optimism. Have your nutrition. We just talked about it. Especially when you're okay. Now, one thing that we did not talk about because it wasn't specifically for weight management, but definitely if you're taking this weight management solution basket, do not forget your omega-3. It is absolutely important because it will help you with your inflammation management as well. So coming back, visualize, set clear intentions. I had actually put a wallpaper on my phone because phone is the most, what do you say, visual component that we see, we always access, I think 1,000 times a day. So the wallpaper that I had made was like a slim trim lady working out with some exercises plus where I wanted to be. Okay. So that probably motivated me. So visualize, set clear intentions as to आपको करना क्या है, कौन सा weight आपको achieve करना है. Do not go very aggressive. Okay. Because then it will be very difficult to sustain. Okay. I'll just show you, of course, learn something new, exercise daily. I'll just show you what transformation I went through. I don't know why it is not going on here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now you can see this. Yes, I lost about 22 kgs, but I did it slow, as I said, in 16 months or so. More than that, I went down from a triple XL to a medium. In some brands, I could even fit into a small at one stage. Okay. I was feeling so energetic. So I could do so many more things in a day, in an hour. I could think of so many things without feeling the strain and stress. And, along with the weight loss, I went from a pre-diabetic to a normal, sugar level. My whole cholesterol, triglycerides all got corrected. Everything got corrected, And look at this. Look at the skin. All my marks, pigmentation reduced more later on when I started increasing my protein intake in the morning, especially. But it doesn't just reduce weight, it changes so many things. And how did we do it? By simple steps. We used to measure our calories. Okay. We would have a goal for the month. We would have a goal for, say, 3 months, quarterly goal, 6 months goal. Speak to your हेल्थ बडी या फिर फारूक से पूछो ग्रुप पे, you know, what can a good goal be, what your goal should be. We used to measure our weight on the digital this thing where we could get all of the parameters on a daily basis. We would even monitor our exercise or no exercise. Whether you're doing exercise or no exercise, put it all together and report on a daily basis. You know, that's how we could. And then when you report, right, दो चीज होती है. Because you're reporting, तो आप कॉन्शियसली आप सब कुछ मॉनिटर करते हो. आप क्या खा रहे हो वो मॉनिटर करते हो. आप कितना एक्सरसाइज कर रहे हो मॉनिटर कर रहे हो. बिकॉज अभी रिपोर्ट करना है, फारूक सर देखेंगे, फारूक सर पूछेंगे. इट्स ओके यार, इवन इफ इट इज दैट, यू इवेंचुअली गोइंग टू गेट समथिंग अ बेनिफिट. Second, जब आप report करते, you encourage others. Okay, and that's how many of us, in fact, me, Deepika, Manoj, a lot of us were able to, you know, lose weight because we saw the other one probably not giving up. Because life hai, life hoti hai. You will get ups and downs. You will have a busy day. You will have a marriage function to attend. But when you come back on the community group and you restart your journey, you're encouraged even more. So just stick at it, share your plates. And वो जो एक format हमने publish किया है, can you measure and report on a daily basis? किया नहीं किया, शर्माओ मत. कोई आपके घर में आके आपको जेल में नहीं डालने वाला है. It is only going to benefit you. And trust me, when it benefits you ना, जो खुशी मिलती है, you would love to invite 10 more people onto the group. And in fact, right now also, अगर आप आज डिसाइड कर रहे हो आप वेट लॉस जर्नी में, you know, भाग लेना चाहते हो, get a buddy with you who is also wanting to do it. Because jab say in the morning you're not getting up for a walk, the buddy probably would wake up और वो phone करे, भले वो अलग जगह पे हो. Get someone to be doing it with you, because that's one of the things also that you know, we experienced. I hope these inputs help you. If there are any questions, please do ask. You can ask now, you can ask in the group or your health buddies, and come onto the group. Don't stop. Even if you stop you know, sharing your plates, it's not late. कल सुबह से शुरू करो, because I'm not expecting any plates to be shared now. 9:47 हो गई है. So yeah, that's it from us, and we would love to see many more transformations. Handing it over back to you, Ruchita.
Guys, wasn't that amazing? Thank you, Veda, for making that session so seamless and understandable. You know, we've got one of these one of a kind program where only speakers who have transformed and gained control over their health are the speakers. And we've already witnessed Veda's transformation. And definitely your energy is infectious. And I hope everyone has a better understanding of the importance of nutritional food, especially during weight loss, or even if you're just maintaining it. So do we have any questions, guys? All right, I don't see a hand raised. Thank you. You've been a great audience. See you in the next session. Good night. Stay safe. Thanks all.
Thank you.